Well, I have pointed out before how a lot of the noise around GB News from some in mainstream media is very telling because, of course, when it launched, you couldn't move for articles about GB News when they had some technical difficulties at launch. You had the commentators and columnists piling in to write off at GB News. By the way, I think the channel is vital in terms of rebalancing the British mainstream media landscape, giving an alternative perspective. And we know that shows, for instance, like Nigel Farage's show, have been a big success. What I do find interesting, though, as I said, is since GB News has sort of found its feet, very limited chatter from some in mainstream media who are sort of mocking it, as I said, at launch. Well, there is an article here, I think, which is quite interesting. This is in The Eye. Now, there is some criticism in this, as you might expect. If you want to go and read the full article, I'll put a link down below. But Angelo Frangopoulos quoted in this article saying, "We're the channel that will talk about issues you won't really hear about being talked about elsewhere. We're proud of what the team has done on child grooming gangs. That's an issue that doesn't come up at dinner parties." Saying, "We're taking our broadcasting on the road, visiting communities that aren't part of the M25 bubble. Journalism is London-centric." And what I find is really interesting here is on the ratings, because again, some have gone very quiet about this. They were quick to mock, they were quick to lambast the upstart GB News. But actually, this is really interesting when you look at this, because you see here with the Nigel Farage and Mark Steyn's evening shows, The Eye reporting there, outperforming Piers Morgan and Jeremy Kyle's Talk TV shows most nights. And on top of that, including the Dan Wootton show there, GB News had a higher primetime audience, The Eye report, than Sky News on 2 out of 5 weekdays last week. And its average viewership had risen 49% since August 2021. Now, that is on top, of course, of the GB News radio that is actually doing really well and has seen growth as well. So I just think it's interesting to note that the progression that's been made and what I think is a vital development in UK TV news. And by the way, I welcome the likes of Talk TV as well. We need to have more alternatives. It's a positive thing. But that shows you, I think, the progress that GB News has actually made, and interesting to see finally this being recognised. Don't expect the people who tried to, as I said, mock and lambast at GB News at launch to recognise this progress, but I think this is positive. Let me know what you make of that, guys. Do you watch GB News? What's your favourite show? Keen to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and of course, as ever, cheers for watching.